In today's lesson, we are going to be learning about linear inequalities and the number lines. So we're going to be solving a linear inequality. An inequality is basically something that is not an equation. So you won't see an equal sign here. Instead, you see a less than symbol, or you'll see greater than, or less than or equal to, or greater than equal to. And they're going to look like equations, and you're going to solve them like equations, but the only difference is writing your answer and graphing it afterwards. All right, so we have this equation here, inequality. 8x minus 14 is less than 50. So I'm going to write that on my paper. Now, how also I know this means less than is because it kind of looks like a sideways L. So an L looks like this, and then if I turn it sideways, it looks like that. And it doesn't go, and the greater than symbol does not look like an L. So L less than. And I solve it just like I would a two-step equation. Add 14 to both sides. Oops. And I get 8x is 64. Divide both sides by 8. And you get x is less than 8. So that would be my final answer. So you just solve this just like you would with a two-step equation. Add 14 to both sides, divide both sides by 8. You get x is less than 8, but putting it in is a little bit different. Now you're going to use your keyboard. There is an actual less than symbol on your keyboard next to the M. So I'm going to put x, hold down shift, comma, which will be the less than symbol, and then I have 8. So that's what it's going to look like when you write your answer. Now, when you graph it at 8, I take a look at this symbol here. If this is pointing to the letter, I'm going to go left. So you're going to click on 8. Come on. Oh, you have to click and drag. Click on 8 and go all the way left, because all these points satisfy this solution. All right. If you put in 0, right? 8 times 0 minus 14, that's going to be less than 50. If you put in 2, 8 times 2 minus 14, which is 2, but that's also going to be less. All these answers are going to be part of your solution set. So it's going to be 8 and then less than 0. Now, I want to make this an open circle because it's not equal to 8. If it was equal to 8, then you would include that symbol in there, and that point would be included. But since it's not, you're going to leave it open. Okay, so submit this answer. Click yes, and then boom. So there's a couple things you got to remember towards the end there. All right, let's look at this one. Negative 18x plus 8x is greater than or equal to negative 50. Okay, take my board here. What was it? Negative 18 plus 8x. Greater than or equal to negative 50. Okay, same thing as before. Now this time it's an equal sign. So on your graph, you're just going to have to remember towards the end to have that filled in circle. So we're going to add 18 to both sides. And we get 8x is greater than or equal to negative 32. Divide both sides by 8. And you get x is greater than or equal to negative 4. So that would be my final answer. So now this one, I have to use the button here, greater than or equal to -4. And at -4, I'm going to have a filled in circle. And what direction am I going? It's pointing to the number, right? Letter left, number, you go right. So I'm going to click on it and go to, oops, that's not exactly, can I delete this? How do I? Do not draw overlapping segments. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Let's see if I can click a line to delete it. There we go. There we go. We just have to click the line to delete it. All right. -4 all the way to the right. Submit the answer. Bam. Okay, let's look at another one. Let's do. Let's do this one right here. 3 plus 8x is less than 67. Okay, again, line down the inequality, -3 from both sides. And we get 8x is less than 64. Keep getting these 8s. I don't know why I kept doing the ones with 8s, but you get the point of these. You know, is how to solve equations or inequalities. Divide both sides by 8. You get x is less than 8. So in our inequality notation, we get x less than symbol 8. At 8 here, we click and drag to all the way here, but we also have to make this an open circle because it's not equals to. If it was one of these symbols, this would have to be closed, but this has to be open. Submit it. And yes. Okay. So pretty much you're using the same skills like you solved equations before. The only difference is making sure that if it's equals to, you have a filled in circle at the end. If it's not equals to, it's an open circle at the end. And if it points to the letter, you go left. Letter left, number right. All right. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Good luck with these problems.